all of your individual altars and say soon they will all be as me. Scalar reality. This is not a mind control altar. This is a version that is a seed of healing. Because when this one comes to the front, it loves all the other parts of you and shines the love on them. So think of it like a conglomeration. The more that happens, the more the other altars will join this altar and come into it. Conglomeration, condensation, healing from the inside out, absorbing all the illusory Jonathans into the real Jonathan so that it is then one inside. That is the plan. If you want to think of it in terms of light, which it isn't, and I'll explain that, but let's use that for a metaphor. Why would light conquer darkness? Because darkness is only the void of light. So, darkness has no substance. It only exists as a shadow. Think of it like a sun umbrella, the shade. Light can shine on the void, but the void cannot overcome light, because the void is the result of the absence of what is real. It's said the way they've wired everybody's brains, they've created all these sun umbrellas in your mind, blocking the light. But it's not light, it's love. Light, it said, to be specific, so you are clear. Light is structure. If you view it as light in your mind, you are then confined to structure. It is not the sun, S-U-N, that's photon light. This is not what it is. Think of it as love, which gives rise to substance. And when they manipulate your mind and create guilt and doubt and shame and fear, those are like umbrellas to the love of spirit. And then you reside in the shadow. The shadow underneath your blockage to the love. That's where these entities reside. Because they're fearful of love, they create these things in your mind and hang on to those. So whatever you hate in yourself, that's under that umbrella, the veil, where the light is not shining. And it said this is just another way of explaining the same thing I explained to you with the keys to God thing that I talked about in The Healing Begins Now. Going back and loving parts of you that you've been in fear of, or things that you hate about yourself or that are guilty or shameful, because those are all in the darkness. Those are all in the shadow. So you have to get to a point where you cast no shadow. Not a light shadow, a love shadow. And it was very interesting. It said, actually, you find yourself now dialoguing in your own mind with this, what you call an altar, but it's not really an altar. And if you pay attention, you're always giving yourself advice, because that part of your mind is open to me. And this is why you find yourself giving yourself advice in your own mind. Scalar reality. So that was put in my mind, and then I was shown without words. Incredible, the Spirit. So I'm walking down the trail, and then there they are, a few deer in the field. I'm used to deer accepting my presence and everything. Now this time it was a little different. It was quite overwhelming, actually. I went and then I saw these deer. And so what I did is I sat down. I just sat down cross-legged on the path and was being with them. And my will was on them. But this time, from out of nowhere it seemed, all of these deer, like 10 deer, some big deer, come out of nowhere and all just come right up to me. And they were kind of antsy, stomping their feet, and challenging me. Looking right at me. And I was kind of outnumbered, okay? I mean, and I sat there, and in that moment I tried to love them. And then the Spirit spoke to me. Jonathan, you're trying to love them. That's not love. What are you going to do in this situation? Remember your lesson. Focus on me. Don't focus on them. Focus on me. So I shut my eyes and bowed my head down and trusted God. And I just focused on the love of the Spirit. And then it put in my head, don't think of how they perceive you. Know thyself. What are you? Focus on me. Look here. Think here. Love here. Beeline for me. As I am everything. Look, Jonathan, what are you? I'm love. Whatever happens, happens. You got to let go of that. They could charge you right now. Don't you move. You love me. If you die right now, then you die right now. You stay focused on me. And I started loving the Spirit. As me. As the real me. As how I was when I was a child. Not trying to love. Not trying to overcome the deer with love. Like some sort of superior being to them. Just the innocent love. And I trusted it. I shut my eyes. And then I opened them. And then they all let me know that they accept my presence now. I humbled myself before them by loving the Spirit. And then I acknowledged them. And they understood what I was going through. And then I hung out with these deer for a while. They kind of spread apart on either side of me on the trail that I was on. And the male deer being mindful and then kind of moving away and trusting me around its babies, you know. And they're there and they're acknowledging me and I'm real close, you know. And I stood up and I let them know I'm going to stand up now. And I waited for them to pick up on that imagery and then I stood up. And then my ego took over again, and then it stopped me. You're trying to love them, Jonathan. Look at you. You're trying to love them. You're trying to affect the outcome based upon what the ego is hoping for, which is an illusion. It's going backwards. Focus on me. Remove the umbrella. And every time I did that, all the deer, their heads pop up, look at me, and nod. Every time. Every time I moved into the love of Spirit. And there I was. And then this old man, who to humans would have seemed harmless, came walking down the trail, right past me, and all the deer just spread away. They just ran from him. And there's this one deer, and I hear him out loud, "It's okay, it's okay." And the deer just took off because of the duplicity he was broadcasting, no matter what his intentions were. And he walked past, and then they all came up to me again. They ran from him, and then all came up to me, just hurried right back into my presence. And they knew of the fear, and I let that out there. I let them know, I'm kind of scared. You're all, you're outnumbering me, and they let me know. We know that. And I humbled myself. Before them, I recognized their might and their beauty, and then it beelined. Look at that deer right there, Jonathan. You are no better and no worse. You are 100% equal. And then it looked at me. Love it. No, no, no. Look, you're trying to love it, you see? Stop that. Love it. No, no, no. Wait, stop the mind. What are you? Look at me. Look at me again. Remove the umbrella.